Good morning. I'm sure that you're doing good today. It's Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. I hope everyone is trying to stay safe and trying to stay at home and ensuring that they're following the safety tips as provided by the health authorities. It's important that we fight this together and ensure that we stop the spread and save the world from allowing all humans to go into extinction. That being said, today is Conform. Today's topic is Conform. You know that while we grow, we begin to observe that there are certain things we could do, and there are a lot of things that are very beautiful about us, but because of how we are negligent, we begin to forego these things and we begin to ignore these things that we could do because we feel like it's not important. We feel like, yes, there's nothing worth it. There's no great impact that's going to come from this. So I'd rather not invest my time, my energy into this skill or into this potential I've got. Or sometimes it's because we know that we know how to do these things and deliberately we just begin to ignore them. Oh, I know how to do this thing, it comes easy for me, then I don't need to put in more work, or I don't need to put in more or pay more attention to it. It's important for you to know that your innate abilities are the most valuable assets you've got because it takes you through the life journey. It takes you through the journey of self discovery. It makes you to achieve so many things. You know that you need to have a strong zeal and a strong will for you to get used to being yourself. If you must be yourself, you must ensure that you're having a strong zeal and a strong will, meaning that nobody can possibly influence you negatively. You know where you're going to, you know what you're out to do, then you begin to do these things. It is okay for you to look at others and say that, yes, I like what this person is doing, I like how he's doing this thing, but it's not okay for you to begin to mirror your life to pattern or follow the patterns of which another person's life exists. If you begin to mirror your life towards that direction, sometimes for some people you might just be okay and get successful, but for some others you begin to ensure look at it like, oh yeah, there's no happiness. You begin to have temporary happiness, which is because you're not being who you are. You're just living your life how somebody else is living his or her life, and you feel like, oh yes, it's okay. It's not okay to live your life like somebody. Nobody can be you more than yourself. So you have to ensure that you're doing the right things. You know, there's nobody that can know you more than you know yourself. Like for example, I know the things I can do. I know the things that I want to do, but I don't know how to do them yet. Not because they're absent in me, but because I have not taken time to develop and ensure that I am doing the right things to get this hidden potentials out. I want to become somebody who would discover his potential to the fullest and begin to maximize it. Apart from my potential of speaking, I'm still trying to discover so many things that I could possibly do and begin to make a meaning and make an impact. Like I said, nobody can know you more than you know yourself. So you have to ensure that you're conforming to your potentials, you're adapting to who you are, you're discovering yourself, you're taking your life seriously, and you're getting to that desired spot that you want to get to. You know that a lot of great minds come up with great ideas, and why they become successful is because they follow through, because their ability to see beyond what others think of them. They begin to say, oh, when they want to do some things and somebody says, oh, you cannot do it, it's like, whoa, I know myself, I could achieve anything that I put my mind to. So if you can put your mind towards anything, I'm not here to sweet talk you to say, oh, if you can dream it, then you can live it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you need to know yourself, you need to know your capabilities, you need to know who you are. The moment you begin to discover who you are and you begin to do things rightly, then you begin to see that you're moving gradually to that desired spot that you want to get to. You have a passion, you have a vision, you have a mission. The only way you can achieve all of this, or you can just get the best out of life, is to do you and be you. without apologizing to anybody. No apologies to anybody for being myself. It is me, and this is who I am. I'm striving to be the best version of myself. So I wouldn't let anybody talk me down. Not to say that you won't pay attention to the negative things that you do, because some of these times nobody's perfect. So we begin to have some negative influence within ourselves too. So you begin to take this negative thing out, or negative things out, and begin to ensure that you're doing the right things without apologizing to anybody for being yourself. You have to carefully conform to knowing your abilities. I've said that before. You have to know your abilities. You have to ensure that, okay, this is what I can do. You never can tell if the moment you begin to pay attention to those things you can do and you've not been paying attention to, maybe that's the moment you just have the major break. So if you could just imagine that, yes, if I pay attention to what I can do, and the major break might just come at any moment, then you begin to see that you're living a life that is worth it. This is from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. The other quote that I loved so much is from Plato Gorgias. He said, it will be better for me that multitudes of men should disagree with me rather that I, being one, should be out of harmony with myself. I cannot be out of harmony with myself. I cannot say because people are saying this about me. Is it true? Is that who I am? Is that who I want to be? Is that what my potential, or is that how my skills are? You begin to ask yourself these questions. If that's not how you are, if that's not who you are, then you begin to live your life and begin to achieve the unimaginable. Who you are speaks volume about you. So you've got to embrace yourself. You've got to embrace your potentials. You've got to embrace positivity and keep striving each day to be the best version of yourself. It's Tuesday Inspiration with Toby. Today is about conforming with your skills, conforming with your abilities, adapting to them, ensuring that they fit in, and you begin to achieve so many things. So what are you doing now? Are you discovering yourself? Are you ensuring that you're getting used to who you are? Are you being yourself regardless of what people say? Are you doing things positively? Do you know where you're going to? These are questions that you begin to ask yourself. When they pop up in your head, ask yourself these questions, answer them. If you don't know who you are, it's time for you to start looking at your life and understand who you really are, and you see that you achieve so many things. Yes, I am trying my best to be the best version of myself, and things are going to work out. Things are working out already, and they will work out the more. So I want to encourage everyone to do the same and ensure that you live your life and don't be anybody else but yourself. So thank you very much for joining me on Tuesday Inspiration. I'll see you again next week Tuesday. Have a blessed day. Don't worry about coronavirus. Just stay safe and be very cautious. You have to ensure that you're following the safety tips, and after this coronavirus, there's more to be achieved. So see you next week Tuesday. Thank you very much. Bye.